Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from Freshers Now. In today's video, we are going to look about a very crucial topic, that is how to build a resume or how to write your resume. Now, resume is considered the most important thing when you are applying for a job or if you want to get into a company. The first thing that they look is how your resume is built. I have collected a few tips or a few the structures from my own experience, and here is the structure of how you can build your resume of your own. Now, in this video, you will know what are the elements and what are the headings that you have to keep in your resume so that this will give a good impact when the interviewer or when the company is taking hold of your interviews or looking over your resumes. Number one that you have to mention in your resume is your name. Now remember, you can build your resume either in a Google Doc or a Word document according to the templates that you find. Number one is your name. Make sure you mention your full name and not any shortcuts. If your name consists of like three names, which is a first name, last name and your middle name, make sure you mention all the three names at a one stretch. Don't break your name and write it in different lines. Make sure you are putting all the letters in capital so that it will give a highlight in your resume at one glance. Number two is your address. Please mention your current address or the address which you are staying at now. Don't mention your address where either your parents' side or your grandparents or anybody else. Mention the address which you are living. If you are an independent or an individual person or where you are staying in a lodge or in any PG, make sure you mention that address in your resume. In your address, the next comes is your email part. Now, it is not good if you mention your personal email IDs, which consist of very tricky names or the names which might not be very professional to read. Create a professional email if for applying for jobs or writing your resume. Number three is your contact number. For contact numbers, most of the people who do a very common mistake is giving a very wrong contact number or misplacing the numbers when you are typing the resume. Cross-check with your number and also provide an alternative number if possible. Number three is qualifications. When you're mentioning your qualifications, please mention the period of study from your schooling till your graduation or any higher education which you have already done. Now, when you're mentioning your qualifications, there is no such thing that you have broken some sort of study or something, but you can add all the years at a stretch. Like for example, when you're mentioning your school, you need not mention like from 1st to 5th or from 6th to 8th and from 9th and 10th differently. Your education at a glance, it should be in one component. Number four is experience or the projects that you have done. Now, if you have already gone into prior jobs or into prior companies having some particular experience in any sort of field, it might not be anything not related to the present job that you are applying to, but make sure that you mention your experience there. It might not be relevant, but mentioning your experience there will enable the interviewer to know what you have already done in the previous years. Now, if you are a fresher, then you can mention the projects that you have handled or the events that you have managed. Number five is the certificates or the website. Now, certificates in the sense not in regard of anything academic, but certificates which are related to anything which you have done other than your academic field. That can consider taking part in an NGO or building yourself in helping others or granting any, or if you have been granted any certificate from the government or any particular organization, you can mention it here. Now, certificates, if you don't have any particular certificates, if you have any websites that you own or that you work for or you are still working for as a freelancer, then you can mention it here. Now, mentioning your websites or your client work that you are doing at present or being a freelancer will not give any negative impact to the interviewer or to the person who is looking after your interview. So your resume will automatically speak that you are going into an experience or building your experience prior want to work with the company in the future. Now, number 6 is skills. What are the skills that you possess? Not that it should not be anything personal, but it should be very professional enough. Like skills like managing a computer at a stretch, or coding or something like that, which will enhance the positive impact of your resume more. Number 7 is hobbies. Hobbies in the sense, most of us we write, reading, writing, listening to music, watching TV or something like that. Hobbies should either, I know it is very personal, but please make sure that you don't extend more enough and get into very personal level. Make sure that you write it what you are rather than just writing it down. If you don't read books, or if you don't write, or if you don't do things like that, please don't mention all that there, because if the interviewer asks anything related to reading or something, you will not be answering any questions there, and that will obviously let the interviewer know that you have lied or you have written false information in your resume. Now remember that writing false information in your resume will bring a negative impact. Also, if you are applying something online, there are chances that the company might reject your resume, and that will make your profile give a negative impact. 8 is awards or languages. So if you have been awarded in the previous company, or if you have been awarded at anything in your graduation or in your college days, make sure you mention it there. Also, once again, don't mention lists of awards that you have got. Anything very unique that you have taken up, or any speciality or anything specialization that you have done, mention it there. Also, regarding awards, in the place of awards, if you have not have any awards, you can also mention about the languages that you know. If you have known any other prior languages, you can also mention it there. Like English, Hindi and Telugu, if you know how to speak any other languages like Tamil or Kannadam, you can also mention it there. Now, volunteer works or licenses. What does this mean? Volunteer works in the sense that is anything out of your academics or out of your company that you have worked. So it is anything related to your personal level. That means you have taken your personal time to build up your career. Volunteer works also in the sense that learning a particular course online and helping the other students teach, that is also comes under volunteer works. And in regard of licenses, that means that if you are a teacher of a foreign language or anything like that, and you will be awarded a license to teach the other students the foreign language. So anything very unique, specialized licenses that you have, you can mention it here. Last but not the least, don't forget to mention your social handles. Now all the millennials out there, I know there is nobody who doesn't have any social handles. All the millennials and all the recent graduates especially, please mention your social handles. If you are creative at your work, especially to those, don't forget to mention your social handles, because there are some companies who look at your social media and recruit you to the further process. Don't forget the social handles especially, also your email address and your contact numbers to be very specified enough. Now, we are at the end of this interview. I hope this video was helpful for you in building your resume. Now, you can share this video with your friends who are struggling to build their resume of their own, or who are still under their graduation and want to apply for some jobs. Now, these, as I've already mentioned, this can be done in your Google Doc or Word document or the templates that you are using on any website. Okay, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more learning videos, and stay tuned from Freshers Now.